We're back with the bad vibe with Dwight and Jeremy.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, yeah, this episode 121.
That's right, it is.
The other night, I recorded Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. They were on like Showtime or something. I had it free, you know?
Yeah.
And
you did the...
record as much shit as I can while I have the movie channels.
Some of them, though... Oh, what do you have it on?
I know. Some of them they won't keep.
Oh, you have it on Dish?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them...
Dish, they should keep.
If you record like a pay-per-view, I think, it'll...
Yeah, you only have it for like 30 days, maybe.
That's so gay.
It's usually, I think, a day or two, yeah.
I paid $60 to watch one fight.
Even on like Amazon or something like that, though, you'll only have something for, like, it says 48 hours.
That guy has hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah.
But he needs that extra...
He made like $30 billion during that, like, you know...
Yeah, but he needs
like,
that extra...
epidemic. People are like, it's a pandemic.
He's like, well, if you want to watch... What's that show you like on there? It would have been funnier if I'd have said it.
What?
On Amazon?
Oh, yeah, the Boys.
It's over.
The Boys. No, they're going to record more.
No, I was trying to say something.
Oh, I was like, they're going to do more. You're not going to take this away from me.
It doesn't work when you try to make a reference and you have to ask the person you're explaining something to what the reference is. Because as soon as you get it in your head that this is what he meant, then you get the joke. I don't get to say it.
All right, so anyways, I recorded Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. I have a son that just turned 8, right?
Yeah.
Alex. And I was watching part of one. Like, we were watching it until, like, my wife got done cleaning or something. And then
she's never done cleaning.
She doesn't like watching them, you know? So, anyways.
She just, doesn't like... I could get, I'm not real that into it, but it's a movie that's clearly... It's clearly, like, a pretty good movie. It's, like, it's 40 years old. Everybody...
This is 35 years old.
Whatever it is. It's, like, everybody... I could get, like, if you're watching a certain kind of movie, like, you're watching, like, Fight Club. She's like, I'm not that into it. But it's like, this is a movie that's like world-renowned, loved movie.
Yeah.
Even people that don't like me, I don't love the movie, but if it's on, I'll be like, oh,
and if you watch it, like, some kind of proceeds go to Parkinson's.
Oh, then that's a reason. Now I'm on her side. I'd be washing dishes, too.
Anyways, so my son walks through, and he's like, what is that? And it was the car, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's the DeLorean. And I paused it, whatever, and I explained it and all that.
The whole story. You're like, see, he was trying to sell Coke to an agent.
Like, John DeLorean was... No, anyways, I told him, I was like, that's a time machine. And he was like, because he loves the idea of time travel. He just doesn't know anything about it yet.
Yeah.
So, anyways, he, like, sat on the floor, and he was just like, his eyes were fucking huge. Yeah. And I was like, that's my boy. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I loved this.
Yeah.
You know, I've always loved these movies or whatever. And, I mean, it's not like I'm the only one. Like, it's a cult classic. I'm the only person in it. You know what I mean?
I just spent 10 minutes badly explaining how it's not a cult classic.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it, and all it says.
Anyways, my wife ended up, like, joining in, too, and then so did my daughter. Of course, she didn't know what the fuck was going on. I've somewhat, you know, with my knowledge, tried to explain time travel to him, about a year ago. And then, like, every once in a while he asks about space and then time travel and then that. And...
We talked about it on here that you try to explain it to him. And then, we talked about that like a month ago.
No, that was before Christmas.
Well,
around Christmas.
It was, not too long ago, me and my son watched the last Avengers movie. It's all time travel shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so why is Cap old now? And I was like, well, because...
Yeah.
You know, and I was trying to explain it. So he went back to that time and he lived up to then. And he's like, so he went to a time when he's old? And I was like, no. He went to a time he was young.
Yeah.
When he was young.
And then he stayed there.
Yeah. But
time
he was like...
passed.
He was like looking at me like scratching his head like, I don't get it. I was like, it's good. It's fine that you don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. It's not real. Like, it's not like one of these days...
We just get the theory.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is.
It's not like one day he's going to have a job and they're like, how are you on...
It's not like we've experienced it.
Yeah, no.
Right?
He probably thinks we have. He's like, you're old.
Yeah.
Just like Cap's old.
He's like, are you Captain America? Where's your shield?
That dude, when he was like 80, was still much better looking than me.
So anyways, we're sitting there watching it, and like the movie ends or whatever, you know, and I was like, I had to get up, you know, like the next day or whatever, and I was like... You know, I was tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, he wanted to watch the next one. When I told him there's another one, he's like, there's another one? I was like, it ain't going to end like that.
Well,
you know, the guy shows up and they fly off. He's like, the car flies. He's seeing all this for the first fucking time.
Isn't that crazy?
And if he doesn't watch it for like 5 years, he's gonna forget probably.
How crazy is it?
This is like mind blowing to him, and this will always stick with him.
How crazy is it that he's like, no way, the car flies. When the most like one of the most famous lines from the movie is about that the car flies. Mm-hmm. You know, like we don't need roads.
Yeah.
So it's like so crazy. It's so much fun because I do it with my son. We've talked about it before, but I let my kid watch a little bit more adult movies, and it's mostly just because I'm not gonna watch Puppy Dog Pals.
Puppy Dog Pals.
Yeah, you don't know that one?
No, I'm glad I don't.
It's a cartoon that is god awful.
There's no time travel on that one.
I wish I could travel back in time and murder the guy. Actually, what's crazy is
you'd rather watch Blue's Clues.
No, it's better than Blue's Clues because it's actual storyline. It's not just. You know what I mean? It's not just like a talking couch.
Blue's Clues is so annoying.
But anyway, they actually the person who like invented that show and stars his voice in it is Harlan Williams, the Canadian comedian. He's the cop that drinks the piss on Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I knew it when my son started watching it like a year or two ago. And the main guy, like Bob or whatever, starts talking. I was like, dude, that's Harlan Williams.
Tic Tac, sir.
Yeah.
Right?
He's probably one of the best supporting actors in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy that is trying to kill him.
There's a lot of people.
Dude, that scene though, that's so good.
Yeah.
When he comes up and he's like, sipping on a little of Grandpa's old cough syrup, are you? It's so. And what's funny is I never knew this. I never thought about it. But Harlan Williams, that actor, is from Canada. Mm-hmm. And also Tom Green is from Canada, and they're like friends. And if you think about it, they talked exactly this. I never put it together. Mm-hmm. If I had known who Tom Green was at the time I watched that movie when I was a kid, I would have thought it was him, the way they talk. But yeah, Canadians fucking suck. But
anyways, back to time travel.
Time travel. Oh, no. Oh, I'm wrong, dude. I'm wrong. It wasn't fucking. We watched the Captain America thing happen, but the one we had the big argument or discussion was fucking Terminator.
You're arguing with a 5-year-old about time travel? Yeah, that was like riveting.
Yeah. He's like, I want to grandfather paradox you. No, but we watched Terminator, me and him, and we watched like one of the, and he's like, wait. It's funny because the movie's so poorly done after part 1.
Okay.
He's like,
which one did y'all watch? 3?
Well, we watched all of them in the span of a couple of days.
Oh, okay.
So, and he's like, wait. He's like, Kyle Reese, he was young. So we watched, the one we were watching at the time.
Salvation. Was
the one that takes place in the future. With
I watched recently, yeah, that one.
So he's recently. Like, if he's young and John Connor's older, how is he his dad? And I was like, well, because when he goes back in time, he gets older, then he goes back in time when he's like 30. And he's like, but wouldn't he? And I was like, it doesn't matter.
He's trying.
I know. You can see his little wheels turning. He's a pretty smart kid, so he won't just leave it alone. You know,
yeah.
A dumb kid.
I understand this.
A dumb kid. Think about when we watched when we were kids. Did we ever get confused by? We were just like, no, fucking Arnold's killing people, and
yeah.
But he's watching, and he's like, but if and that's what it was. I was like, it doesn't make sense because it isn't real. Mm-hmm. Like. You can make it make sense.
He's like, it's real to me, damn it.
You can make it make sense in your head if you kind of like think of, but it's like, no, it doesn't make any sense. Think about it. And part 1, and let's go to part 2, whatever. In part 2, they send the thing back to kill John Connor so he can't grow up.
I've seen the movie.
I know, but think about it. So, and then they don't.
Spoiler alert. I'm sorry, people.
And then they don't. It should be over.
Yeah.
He did grow up to destroy it. It can't happen. There can be no more movie. And then they're like, alternate timelines. And it's like, that's stupid. But,
anyways, so Back to the Future.
Yeah.
The real time travel movie.
Dude, it's not as good as Terminator 1.
Yeah, but when people think of time travel movies, I guess that's the 2 big budget that you would think of. Back to the Future and that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, definitely.
Because there's nothing else. I mean, there's like the Time Machine.
You know
what I mean? That's an awesome movie. Yeah.
The best time travel movie.
With something Pierce.
The new one, Pierce Bronson.
No, it's something Pierce. Yeah. Guy Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good in that.
But the original is actually good too.
Yeah, I've never seen the original.
It's the same. I mean, the storylines, they don't change anything. I guess the newer one's better. The graphics, the fucking broken moon and shit.
Yeah.
But Anyways,
so my son was so excited to hear there was a second one. And so we watched...
Are you waiting? Does he know there's 3?
Hold on. We watched part 2 last night.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in it.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep when they got back to the 50s.
And when you
I was
woke
holding out because I want to see all the future stuff.
Yeah.
And then like the pizza, they hydrate it and all this shit, right? And I'm just like, I know it's getting close. And I'm like, my eyes are like drooping, right? And then like finally like they touch down and then like in the 55 again, and I'm like out, dude. I don't remember nothing after that. So this morning we finished that one before like my wife and daughter woke up. And then I was like, all right, you want to watch part 3? He's like, there's another one?
Dude.
And I was like, yeah, let's watch it. So we watched it.
He just assumes there's a part 4.
I know.
And he's just waiting till it's over, and he looks at you like, come on, Dad.
At the end...
Do what you do.
At the end, he says, to be continued? And I was like, no, that says to be concluded.
It sucks, because he can read just good enough.
Yeah.
And he knew it said that before.
Well, at the second one, he said that. So he was waiting for that at the end of the third.
So he saw 2B and then a C, and he's like, dude, there's a part 4. I know it.
Well, no, at the end, it says the end at the end of the third one.
Yeah.
But at the end of the second one, it says to be concluded, showing there's only a third.
Oh, I thought you meant it said that.
I told him that at the end of the second one, saying like, all right, there's one more, you know what I mean? But then at the very end of 3, that same little like logo starts appearing, and his eyes started getting bigger, and then it says the end. And he was like, oh. He's like, And he looked and he was like, there's not any more? Are they going to make any more? I'm like, dude. I was like, it's been 25 years since this one's came out.
Like, I don't know how to put it to you, but that guy can't. Not only can
30 years, yeah. The part 3 came out in 1990.
Not only can that guy not hold down a steady job, he can't hold anything steady. You know? It's like going 88. He's just fucking swerving all over the road. They're like, they can't make it again. And Doc either is dead or begging to die. He was old.
He's still alive. He's okay with doing another one.
Yeah, but he was old.
I've heard him going back and forth between
80s.
Wanting to. I don't know. Anyways, all right. So here's the thing.
Hold on. Let me make a bold prediction.
There's a game that was on PlayStation 2. It was a downloadable game. I don't think you can go and buy it anywhere. I think it might have been a computer game too, but it continues the story.
Oh yeah, I remember you playing it.
I told him about it, and it took me like a week or so or whatever, with work and then coming home and playing it, and I beat it. But it's like you go back to the 20s, you go back I think you go back to the 1800s again, and then it's like you're bouncing all over the place.
Yeah.
And
like if you were actually Marty.
Yeah.
His hands are just all over the place.
Yeah.
How come we always make fun of him having Parkinson's?
I don't know. I feel bad. We're gonna have him on here. We have to tighten down all the mics. Right?
We're like, dude, it's a microphone, not a tambourine. Right? Stop fucking slapping it against everything.
The building falls off the blocks. Right? All right, so
dude, let me make this bold prediction before we go. Anyway.
Oh gosh.
If they do in any time in the recent future make a part 4 or a reboot, Zac Efron will play him.
What?
Yeah.
You've read that?
No. That's a...
Oh, they're coming to get us.
Oh, God.
All right.
Well, hold on. Oh. I heard those sirens, and I was like, is that just on our headphones, or is that outside? Yeah.
So, anyways... I think it's over. So, anyways, Zac Efron?
I just have a feeling he would play that type of part.
I don't know.
He's short. He kind of looks young, even though he's not.
My thing is, I think, he could probably still play him.
Dude.
You know what I mean? No.
Dude. What if
he could just be an old him?
What if they wrote it in where he time traveled too much and it fucked up his neurons?
No.
Dude, and that's why he shakes.
No.
Dude, you're just jealous because I thought of that.
Joe Pesci ends up being Doc.
Dude, I would watch that. If Joe Pesci's in a movie, I'm in. Joe Pesci is so good.
Anyways, all right, hold on. So, you know that, there a long time ago, they used to be able to say, you could still buy the DeLorean, right?
Yeah.
And it's $35,000. I was like, hey, I could do it. You know what I mean? That's easy. So, I heard that you can do it now, but it's, really expensive. DeLorean is supposed to, coming back.
No.
They're going to make it, there's, a new concept DeLorean, yeah. I don't know who, bought it, because it's not that dude back, right? He's not...
He's got to be old as fuck, dude.
I mean, yeah, but maybe he wants to do his car again. I saw something about...
he's got to be 85.
I don't know if, Tesla bought it or something like that.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh, dude, speaking of Tesla...
Okay.
Did you see that Elon Musk had a baby?
No.
Dude.
Is it ugly?
No, I don't know.
Is it square? It's a truck?
It doesn't have a heartbeat. It just runs on batteries. No, dude. So he had a baby, And you know how like
It's
Elon,
like a solar panel or something like that hooked to his head.
you know how Elon Musk like he seems like he's maybe not human, maybe or
He's
something.
African.
No, but yeah, no, that's racist, dude. Africans are not human.
No, I mean he is human. He's African.
No, I thought you were like, of course he's not human.
You just assumed it was racist. I think you're racist because you heard it and thought racism.
You're like, of course he's not human. He's African.
Did I say that?
No, I said of course. Anyway,
African.
his baby's name can be. I would best describe it as.
He's an African Martian.
Anyway, his baby's name. I would describe it as a secure password for your email.
Oh shit!
Check this out. XAEA-12.
-12.
Yeah, it's on the headline.
That's his name.
That's a kid's name.
That should be child abuse.
He's like, you know what? I don't think our kid's gonna get beat up enough just because his dad's famous.
What does that mean?
I heard him on Rogan explain it. He's like, the X is something. The AE, actually, it's not AE.
That's his first kid.
No, I don't think so.
So the other one's like George.
No, look, he has a kid.
That one
named-
looks like it's the formula off of fucking Goodwill Hunting.
He's like, where'd your wife give birth? On a chalkboard outside of a fucking lecture hall? His first kid's named Nevada, which is kind of stupid.
Nevada?
But, yeah, but at least it's a name. And then Damien sounds like he's going to grow up to be the Antichrist.
Yeah.
And then Griffin, God, this dude does nothing but fuck. How does he find time to build cars?
It's all different chicks. Right?
Xavier, Saxon,
That's his kids?
and Kai.
And then now...
God, no wonder he couldn't think of any new names. He's like, just letters. It looks like he
Holy
fell asleep on the keyboard.
those letters right there aren't even on a keyboard. So it's not like, you know what I mean?
I feel like he was sitting
symbols.
at his computer trying to type out the name for his kid, and because he has so many kids, he's always tired. He fell asleep on the keyboard and drooled into it, and it malfunctioned because mine doesn't make that.
He created letters to spell his kid.
His jizz is so powerful; it created a new alphabet.
When you're that rich, you could just do that, though.
Yeah.
If I name my kid that, you know what I mean?
Oh God!
They're like, "Why'd you name him that?" I named it after Elon Musk's kid. I don't know.
You gave your kid a normal name with a slightly abnormal spelling.
And it's a bitch.
It's a
to
nightmare.
explain to people.
Could you imagine going to a little town like
The state of Texas was all like, okay, they always thought it was a typo. For like 4 years.
Yeah.
I was just like, no, it has 2 X's. They're like, okay, well, it shows on here there's 2, but we thought it was a mistake.
Yeah. Well, this guy, it is a mistake.
Yeah, that is.
Just imagine, I don't know.
Anyways, all right, so Elon Musk,
Yeah.
maybe one of his companies or something like that, bought DeLorean, or maybe just DeLorean. Maybe someone else has got it and is funding it. But the new one looks pretty fucking badass, but it's still that steel look, though.
Yeah.
You can buy a DeLorean, and they're like weird colors, though. They're like painted.
That's weird.
Like right now, like I said, you could buy like the $35,000 one, and it comes with like modern technology. It's not like an engine from 30 years ago or nothing.
Yeah.
It's
Well, weren't they kind of shitty? They had all kinds of issues.
It sounded all like rough and shit on the movie.
Well, they had all kinds of issues and stuff. So it's like,
well, yeah, they fix it to where now it's like it's got good a motor and all that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you can buy them at like any color though, not just like that chrome looking.
a different color.
Stainless
I wouldn't
steel.
want a different color.
Yeah, I know. It looks,
The main,
pictures that show like a red one and like a blue one or something. And I was like, they don't look.
It just
good.
looks like a car from the 80s.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all.
They were like concept cars. They were like way different. They thought, but when you look now, it's like if you just show your kid that and be like, show him a bunch of other 80s cars, he'd be like, yeah, it's kind of cool 80s car.
Yeah.
At the time, people were like,
you're like, oh, it's the time machine. That's
that
what
movie,
everyone thinks that car.
They must have. I mean, I know like when that movie came out, the company was still like viable, right?
I don't know.
Around that time, anyway. But there was a lot of those cars out there. Anybody that owns one, it's because of that movie.
Yeah.
Nobody owns one, and then they're like, "Oh, it's on this movie. Hey, look, a car like ours is on the movie."
Could have just stayed away from trying to do the Coke deal. He would have came out pretty decent.
Well, no, but because I think that the Coke deal came later. I think the company financially was ruined, and he was trying to do something to make money. So he's like, "I'll sell Coke to the FBI or whatever." He's like, "They have money. They can afford a lot of Coke."
Anyways, so speaking of buying a car,
Oh yeah, That's what I did today.
Well, no, you bought a truck.
Yeah. They tried to get me to buy a car. Yeah, so I've been needing, not saying needing.
Was it a Jeep Grand Cherokee they were trying to get you to buy?
No, it was a...
What's with the Grand? There's a Cherokee and there's a Grand Cherokee.
I don't know. It's like Grand, it sounds almost like racist.
Like Grandmaster Cherokee?
Yeah, like Grand Wizard.
Right?
No, so we went to a place, we're going to buy this truck. So it was like a used truck, but it was like a good deal. It was one of those deals that I guess just, I mean, as it turns out, don't last long.
It's called a steal.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a free truck. You just got to sneak in and get it.
With skis in it, right?
Yeah.
There's a guard. He walks slowly around it.
Yeah.
Right? You got to get in when he's on the other side. It's like in this game. There's
That
games
would be
like
fun.
that.
You back over him just for fun. No, so we were looking online and we saw this truck. It was like an older truck, like a 10-year-old truck, but it was like really newish looking. So anyway, we go there and we're like doing paperwork. Dude, the fucking salesman that you know how you just randomly get a salesman? It's like a waitress. You don't get to pick your... There's always a hot waitress working the other table.
Yeah, you're like, all right, so hold on. My waitress isn't got the table next to me on either side.
Yeah.
Anywhere near me. But she's got me.
It's random.
And they're like, don't they have sections?
Have you ever...
I thought it used to be they had sections.
Well, it used to, but I think that they were like... I think that it's like discrimination or something. I just assume that because nowadays everything is. But have you ever had the hottest like you go to those like Chili's type places and there's like quite a few like hot waitresses?
No.
Have you ever? I've never had the hottest one. I've had a good looking waitress.
It's because we're not good looking.
But there's always I know that's what I'm thinking.
They know that we're not going to be able to even try.
I'm looking back on it though. When I used to hang out with our cousin Heath, who is good looking,
and he had some back then.
We used to get hot waitresses.
Yeah,
they really do. They're like, hey, look at these uggos. They're like, send Bertha.
The maitre d' knows how to pick the D.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's what they call her. That
she can look at me and she can tell that I don't measure up.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, the salesman who I dealt with to buy a truck looked a lot like Idris Elba.
Oh wow.
A lot like him. Like, I mean, he was black.
He wasn't like British or anything?
No, he wasn't
English,
British, but he was tall. He looked quite a bit like him. Also, I was just talking to him, like, we did like test drives and shit.
Do you have a sword?
It'd be a lot cooler if he did.
You like sticking in that thing.
I wouldn't have fucking haggled so hard if he was holding a sword.
Up, right?
He'd have been like, this is how much. I'm like, fine, take my money, No, so he looks like Idris Elba. And I noticed he was like real like sit straight. He spoke real like he was like a confident guy and everything, and I was thinking, God damn. So anyway,
I hate those.
Kind of. Well,
that's good salesman.
But he wasn't one of those kind of salesmen that like acts like your friends, where he's like ha ha at all your jokes and shit. He was a real like straightforward dude. So anyway, it came out in conversation that he is an ex-Marine. Well, I guess not ex. I guess that's like Semper Fi till the day I die. He actually said that at one point.
They say that?
Yeah, Semper Fi, which means always faithful.
You're like, hopefully today.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm like, simper down now. So my son is like obsessed with military shit. He tells me every single day he wants to be a Marine. So I told him, he's like, yeah. I was like, oh, my son back there, he wants to be a Marine. So this dude just treats my son as if he is one. The rest of the day.
Isn't that like against like their like?
My son's stealing valor.
Yeah, no. Right. Some guy goes over there and punks him.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, "Why are you saluting?" Right?
Yeah. So
you're supposed to put your hand on your heart, right?
Yeah.
I know you're supposed to do that.
They take shit so seriously. Look, you got brainwashed. We all know it. Get over it.
He's like, "You're not even old enough to be a Marine.
Yeah.
Right? You're 5. There's no way you pass.
You couldn't possibly be a Marine. Why would you be a Marine?
You're right.
Yeah.
He's like, do you have to hold your breath underneath the water for 20 minutes?
He's like, okay, if you're a Marine, what company are you in?
Yeah.
Tell me what battalion.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna like tell us like battalion's his army or something.
He's like the 104th.
He's like, damn it, this kid might be a Marine.
He ends up like the guy's like, damn it, he's a higher rank than me. He salutes.
So he's like, I'm a major colonel.
That dude dies, then your son gives him a flag, right? He folds it up in front of him. We've both seen that. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So anyway, so the guy's just talking to my son. He's like, "Hey, Marine, you want a sucker?" Which I'm sure's never been said. He gave him a sucker.
Maybe it happens every day. Maybe they have to say that to every Marine.
Why do you think that when
every Marine carries a lot of suckers? Because every time they see one, they have to offer him one, right?
Semper Fi means sucker or something. It means like tasty on a stick.
Oh gosh.
So anyway, so yeah, he's telling him all this shit, and so anyway, so we're trying to get this truck, and then the guy sits down. He's like, "Look, I'm gonna be forward with you," and I'm like, "Our credit's terrible." He's like, "Of course, but no, that's not what I'm saying." No, he's like, "There's another guy here trying to buy the same truck." And he said, just the way we do it.
He's like, I'm going to kill him.
With my thumb, because I'm trained to do that. My son's sucking his thumb. But he's like, the way we do it is, we just keep going with the process, and whoever gets there first finishes the paperwork, gets the truck. And I was like, all right. I'm like, it's like American Ninja Warrior. Yeah. I'm running up the warped wall at the end. I can't quite reach. So we're going along, and then I see a guy smiling and shaking hands by the truck, and I'm like, all right.
He looks at you, flips you off.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what it was the...
He's like, Semper Fag.
Sucker Fi. That doesn't even make sense. I think I said it before, too.
He's got a little sucker.
Yeah.
Like, they offer him to everybody. Right?
So, he salutes.
I thought those are for Marines.
He steals valor.
Your son knocks it out of his mouth. You didn't earn that.
You can't handle the sweet tooth.
Your country didn't give you that. Right.
I didn't watch my brothers die so you can eat suckers like a fucking...
What's this purple heart? I want a purple sucker.
I don't like grape.
Anyway.
So the guy buys the truck, but they keep working on our shit and everything. And the Idris Elba comes back in, and he's like, he really did. Oh, this is what I was going to tell you before the Marine thing. So when we're riding around, he said something.
I think he was a Marine in a movie.
I'm sure.
Well, actually, yeah. I don't know what branch of the military he's in, but in the one with the kaiju or whatever,
Yeah.
He was something in that.
I think that was just a military. That it was like the future and everything gone to shit. There's no Marines.
Yeah.
But anyway, Pacific Rim.
Is there? Right?
Right?
You're about a huge robot.
Yeah.
I
gotta link it to my brain. We gotta be compatible. Is that movie popular?
The code is called Semper Fi.
Yeah.
No, anyways.
So when we're riding around...
I think it is pretty popular. They made 2 movies.
Yeah, it was good, too. Yeah. I remember thinking when it started, because my son wanted to watch it, I was just like, this is going to be garbage, like that like those kind of movies. I don't like Transformers and all that shit.
I didn't like the little,
and then,
comedy.
halfway through it, I'm just sitting there staring blankly, eating popcorn. Like, it's so good, just staring through the TV.
I didn't like the comedy that was added in it, that one guy. He was a little too much in it. I like the idea of it, though.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Something different.
So anyway, as we're riding around, we start talking about safety. Because my son has to have a what is it called? A car seat. Mm-hmm. So we put the car seat out of our car into this to test drive it. And I said something. I was like, yeah, I know it's a pain in the ass. I was like, back in our day, I'm thinking, back in our day, I'm talking to a guy roughly my age. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, back in our day, we would just run around the back seat while mom's driving. He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know if you're old enough to remember this. And I was like, test me. And he's like, but in the 60s, my mom had a car that...
He's that old?
And I looked at my wife like, what? And he said something, whatever. And I was like, how old are you? And he's like, I'm 63. I would have guessed 42.
Holy shit.
That's not exaggerated. I would have guessed a few years older than me. Dude was 60 something.
Yeah.
I was like, motherfucker. Black really don't crack.
Wow.
I mean, he if you looked at his hands, he had old ass hands.
That's why they should be agents.
Agents?
Double agents.
Yeah, you get some 90-year-old dude in there, and I don't know what...
Because they won't crack.
What the benefit of that be? Oh, yeah. I thought you meant because they could I was like, wait, them looking young doesn't help. No, so anyway, this old-ass black dude...
Who does number 2 work for?
So this old-ass black dude, he's... Okay, so we get back, and then it comes down, it's like, all right, that truck's gone. What about this? And so we test drive, 2 or 3 trucks. And it's like,
fuck that, dude.
test driving is
know,
awesome. It used to be awesome. You just get in a car and go.
Yeah.
Now they ride with you. So now there's this old-ass black dude.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know he was an old-ass black dude until halfway through the trip. But
yeah.
but there's just this old guy, and he's like, it's awkward. I'm not good at, like, holding conversations that I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
So, and we're just riding around, and I don't know the area, so he's like, turn here. Always way too late. I'm like, going like on 2 wheels, like, well, we're not getting this one.
Yeah, he's all like, you're like sitting on a man's lap. I watched that recently. Anyways.
Yeah, so anyway, it turns out it's like, he looks like Idris Elba, but like he's Morgan Freeman's age. That's so weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
But anyway, I wish I'd have got a picture of
He was in the back, like, narrating the drive.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy turned left.
But he was supposed to turn right. Because I was just lost the whole time. Because it's funny, because the place that it is right by a big interstate.
That guy's initials is GPS.
Anyway.
What was his name? You're like, Idris?
Something Elbow. No, his name was like, his first name and his last name almost sounded exactly like, it was like Martin Marvin or Marcus Marvin, something. Oh, what was it?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was something like that. But, sounded made up. I think he did something real bad in Nam, and he like had to change his identity.
Martin Luther?
No, it was 2 M's, or it was 2 of the same first letter. It might have been M's. Idris Elba, maybe something like that. No, so anyway, so the test drive sucks, right? And it's like right next to a big interstate, I-10.
You get done, you're like, he's like, so what do you think? You're like, well, it does drive like a truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, check.
Well, if you're getting like a new vehicle, there is no reason to test drive it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it goes. I don't know what
Have you ever bought a vehicle that you didn't have to test drive first?
No, that's where the story's going.
I've done it once.
I did it today.
Oh, the one you actually came home with?
I test drove like 2 or 3, but the one I actually ended up getting, I didn't test drive.
I did that.
But
I bought one through a dealership over the internet.
Yeah, when people do that
like,
a lot,
it shows up, and I'm like, all right, let's get it. And
I
he's
guess
like,
people do that
you want
a
me to show
lot.
you how it works? I'm like,
put it on the D, right?
D means forward.
Is
Right?
it different in this one, or this is the go pedal and that's the stop pedal?
Yeah.
I got it.
I'm like, how do I kneel and face this way? Right? The seat isn't designed right.
I mean, just imagine like everything besides how to make it go, which is all simple.
I'm like, the back wheels turn, right? In this one?
Does the left wheel and the right wheel both turn in the same direction on these? I don't know if this is a 2008 or 2009. I'm not. Yeah, that's what they really do. It's like, you want to test drive it? And it's like, no. It's like, you want to look under the hood? And it's like, why?
Yeah.
What am I going to see under there?
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Ooh, look, the shiny thing and the black on the side.
Wires, right? You know?
Ooh, that wire looks tight. You know? But we're just not men.
No.
No, but
Right.
I'm like, let me check the gas cap. He's like, it's a diesel. I'm like, So
you have a diesel?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I wanted to, but it's like, you pay a lot more for that.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're like, this is going to last your life. This one won't.
Yeah.
You're
they
like,
last
oh,
longer.
like, it's cheaper. Let's get the one that won't.
Yeah. That's where I am in life. I wanted a diesel. I know it's a better thing to do, but I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
I was going there for the cheapest truck on the lot, and somebody beat me to it.
Yeah.
Some other white trash guy with holes in his pants. So, yeah, so I test drove 2 or 3 cars.
He had AAA on the way home.
Oh.
You didn't. You passed by him.
I'm like, nice truck for $12,000. Yeah, we test drove, but every time we would test drive, it's like they have a route. You know how that is. Like they have a route that they test drive on.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, he's like, go out this way. And I'm like, all right. And we go down the highway. He's like, all right. Or we go down the feeder, and he's like, all right, get on the highway on this next exit. And I do. And he tells me everything pretty much on time. The next time we go, he just assumes I remember. I don't remember anything. I remember vivid details of stories from when I was 9, but I can't remember, like...
What if he got onto you? You know, he's like, you fucking idiot.
Well, he didn't get onto me, but he just the way he like was composed and the way he talked, you didn't want to disapprove. You didn't want him to disappoint him.
Yeah.
And that's why he's a good salesman, probably, because people are just like, it's not that you think he's going to beat you up, it's just like, he's a real, like, honorable guy. Like, he's a real, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Those Marines, they're like that, especially when they're older guys. He's just very well put together, and you're like, I don't want to let him down.
He's like, I came down the price. You're like, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah. I'm like, actually, let's go back up.
Put it back on there.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
He's like 28,000. And I counter offer 29,000.
Yeah.
You know, but so
he's like 28.5. You're like 30,
and I'm not gonna go any higher unless you ask me to. But the next time we went, he's just sitting there like telling a story. One time
you end up paying half of his car payment, right? As well.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he's like on the phone at one point, like talking, and I'm just driving, and it's coming up to like a T, and I was like, it seems like left.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm thinking like left, because. And I get up to it, and I just look at him, and I'm like, kind of, you know how you like kind of like start to turn the wheel this way a little and look at him?
He's like, you got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, this is the third time we've been here.
So I just went like this, and I like pointed to the left and did like a shoulder shrug. I was like, and that was probably the gayest thing that he's ever witnessed.
Oh, yeah, the shoulder thing is
Marines fucking each
gay,
other.
yeah.
I was just like, So anyway, we found our way. But yeah, I test drove like 3 trucks. They were all exactly the same.
Yeah.
And one was a 2010. One was in 2018. I noticed no difference. And he's like, yeah, you see on these newer ones they do. And I was like, it's all the same. It's a seat, a steering wheel, and 2 pedals. I don't know. So, but anyway, we ended up figuring out like just because of rebates and shit like that, a newer vehicle we had to get. I didn't want to get that. But it's like, it sucks if you have like kind of shitty credit, and it's always hard to buy it. It's so stressful. Every time I go, the whole time I'm in there, I'm like, I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to leave.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he finally gets down, and they're like, all right, this is the payment. And I was trading in a car, and I wanted the payment to be the same. Right? So I was like, this is the payment I can do. And he's like, all right. So I'll go over to the little financial guy, the guy that does it.
Yeah.
He like
the guy that nobody likes.
Dude, this guy looked like a fucking
He gets married every
faggot.
week and divorced every weekend.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking loser. I'm talking like
he was wearing a suit, right?
Yeah.
They wear
ill-fitting.
Suits. Yeah, they wear suits.
He was wearing a large. He sits
in an office. He never stands up.
Yeah,
he just types. He looks. He's got the huge tall paper. Like, where the fuck do they buy that from?
Yeah.
Right? It has to come off of a redwood. Dude, it's the only thing.
Dude, the funny thing.
You know how many fucking cars I've bought?
The funny thing was when he had to like print shit out, right?
Yeah.
And he pushes print. And it's like 6 or 7 things at the print, and it prints one, and then it stops. There was just 1 sheet of paper in the thing. And I was like, that's so funny. And then he was like, oh, what's the chances? There was only 1 sheet left. And I was like, I mean, how many is in Leaf? I'll do the math. And he's like, huh? And I was just saying, because you said, what's the chances? I was going to tell you that. And he's just like, oh. Like, I was just fucking around, you know? And he's like, so then, dude, this was the most awkward. If you fancy yourself
was your wife in there with you?
Yeah.
Huh.
She's looking at me like, ugh.
Because it would have been a lot better if she wasn't. And it was just, like, dull.
Dude, this one's even worse. So if you, like, fancy yourself a funny person, which I assume people that listen to this probably do, like, hey, I'm a pretty funny guy, you know? There's nothing worse than having to repeat a joke.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he's like, here, sign this, initial this, sign this, sign this, sign this. And he slides the paper, I just sign it, you know? Another paper, I sign it. And then in the middle of it, I was like, hey, you know, I was like, a guy in your job, it'd be pretty easy to, like, steal benefits from people because you just slide me a paper and I sign it.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? Like, real serious. And I was like, you know, because, like, if I was signing my will to you without knowing. And he's like, I was like, no. I was like.
Well, he takes that shit very seriously.
I was like, no, it was like a joke because, like, I was like, because in your.
This is on this one, all you're doing is sign. It's like, this is a pink sheet. Yeah. It's a green sheet. It's a blue sheet.
But it's funny, though, because I had to break it down like this. I was like, oh, no. I was like, I was just joking. I was just making a play on the fact that you just slide people papers. I was like, the joke is that people never read them. They just sign what you say to sign. So, and I explained it all out to him like that, and he's like, oh, huh. And I looked over at my wife, and I did like a face like, tough crowd. And she's like, yeah. But see, the funny thing was, the reason he wasn't so like, you know, in it for the fucking giggles is, so you have to set an appointment to go to the dealership because it's like COVID or whatever. I shook hands with so many people that had masks down around their chins. It's like nobody cares about this disease.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. You just help a guy. The Idris Elba guy had a mask down. It looked like he had a weird beard the whole time. But yeah, I was just shaking hands with people.
Lately, I've been seeing people with their nose just sticking out.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm just like, what's no point?
I saw a chick today, and we went through the...
They're like, no, only my mouth does it. Right?
We went through the drive-thru, and this chick had... she had the medical kind of mask on with her nose sticking out and a nose ring.
We did too.
Same one.
No nose ring. No. We went to Taco Bell.
Oh, ugh. So anyway, so the financial guy, what happens was, this was before all the signing stuff, they come in there, and I had told them, here's a number. Just for the sake of like this argument, let's say the number is $200. I said, for my payments on this vehicle. So I'm like, this is the number. If the payments are this, I'll get the truck. If they're not, it's fine, I'll go home. So now, if anybody's listening, probably already knows this, you are like that. You're like a negotiator. I know right now, listening to the story, you're like, God, I wish I'd have been there.
I did. So I was like, dude, we were in Victoria. And you're like, no, we didn't go there. I'm like,
yeah. So I get in there, and I was like, this is my number. Well, they did that thing where I told Idris Elba, this is my number, and he's like, that's good. He told the financial guy a number, he told him $300. And the guy's like, all right, so the payment will be $300. And I was like, no. I was like, I said $200. He's like, I don't think we can do that. And I was like, that's fine, I can go home. And I wasn't even saying it in a dick way. At that point, I was just so ready to go home. I don't care what. I'll fucking drive a wagon home. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. So he's like, let me talk to the manager. And I'm like, there's no man. I mean, there is a manager, but... So he goes back, and he comes back, and he's like, all right, he says we can do... So my number's 200, right? He's like, he says we can do 290. And I'm like, that's not even close. I was like... And then, so the manager comes in, he's like, I mean, think about it. It's a newer truck, and... It's got more, like, value, and then I was like, I don't care about any of that. I was like, I'll just wait a year and come back and try to buy a car again. He's like, what'll be different in a year? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, it's going to take me a year to cool off from this annoying process. And
you should have said that.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just said, I don't know. In a year, another year will have passed. What does it matter? Right? And he's like, okay. He's like, hold on. And he's like... And he's like, how about... And now he's like real close. He's like $20 off. He's like, how about this? And I was like, no, my number's 200. He's like, it's 220. It's not that bad. And I was like, my number is 200. And that's it. And he's like, okay. And at this point, I have the essence of you flowing through my body. Because I'm not this guy. I'm more of the guy like, I'm just ready to go home. I'll pay $1 million. Just let me out of here.
And they know that.
I know, and they know.
They know that shit there.
So and it's not even that. It's not even a confrontation thing.
He's like, oh, you want to go home? Then sign.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's just, I'll start having panic attacks and shit. Just, I'm in a small room, And so I'm just like, in my head, I'm not making this up. In my head, all right, so for the listeners, I call Dwight D. In my head, I'm like, be like D, be like D, be like D. All right? And then I'm like, and then he comes back, the
guy's like, do you say you like D?
He's like, 'cause I can throw that in for an extra. No, so I'm thinking that, and then he's like, he comes back, all right, so my number's 200, right? He comes back 203. And I was like, no, 200. I was like, 203 is over 200, right?
It's only $3.
I said it just like, I was like, 203 is over 200, correct? And he's like, the guy's like, takes a deep breath, he's like, but it's $3. And I was like, first of all, it's not $3.
Oh, that's where they start really getting it.
I was like, first of all, it's not $3. It's $3 per month.
You should have said $197.
Yeah. If I
and they're like, no, that's not.
Because what happened is...
That's what I would have done.
I know, but see, what happened is, they got it as low as they could.
We need this DeLorean. So we can go back.
I'm not going back to the future on my old car.
Yeah.
I'm going to go... No, so... But what he... So when he said $203, he's like, it's just $3. And I'm like, it's not $3. It's $3 per month. And I was like, it's principal. And I said this to him. I said...
He's like, no, that will go to your principal.
He's like, some of that will go to your principal.
He's like, about $1.75.
So I was like, look, I said 200. And I had this... They must have seen the look... I wasn't trying to sound like a badass. I truly didn't care if I drove my old car home. It's like, because they try to get you like, oh, look at this cool, pretty truck.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty girlfriend. After 3 months, she's just your girlfriend. That fat, nice ass is the bitch that won't shut up.
Still paying for it.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, you can't. It's like, it's $3. He's like, the last 3 offers I gave you is cutting off of our end. And I was like, I was like, yeah, I mean, that's fine. Like, I was so calm, because I was just thinking, of course, you wouldn't have been calm. The funny thing was, there was this, you know those bottles of water that look like shampoo bottles that people get? It's like fancy water bottles?
Yeah.
So he had one of those sitting there, and it was close to our side of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point when the guy left the room, and my wife was looking at me, and she was like smiling, because she knows the me that can come out if I let it. Mm-hmm. And she's smiling, and I was like, dude, I'm trying to be like D. And she's like, yeah, I can tell. I was like, the only difference is if D was here, he would have fucking flung their water across the room.
All right.
Or like flipped the desk over.
After this, I'm going to tell you when I bought my wife.
Okay, yeah, it's almost over. So
they can see that it's similar, but...
The guy comes back, and he's like, all right, he's like, $200. And I was like, there we go. And he looked like... He's like, ugh.
Yeah.
He wanted to fight me because here's the thing: if you're like,
who was this?
This was the manager of the place.
Oh yeah.
So the financial guy got me down to like $80 above my price, and I was like, go fuck yourself.
Idris Elba was he was probably like
Elba was in.
He was recording a movie already.
Yeah.
Right?
Elba was in the building we were in, but out in the hallway. I think
he was spending his commission already.
I know. I heard at one point. I was trying to listen. The manager went out, and it was Idris Elba, the manager, and the financial guy all out of the room.
Yeah.
And I could hear him talking. I was trying to listen, and all I heard was Idris Elba has a deeper voice than them because he's black. Mm-hmm. But I heard him say, "Yeah, I know. He is." That's all I heard. And I'm thinking that guy just said, "That guy's a fucking asshole." And he's like, "Yeah, I know. He is."
Oh wow.
So, but when they came, but here's my thing though.
I want to go back and I want to like, can I get Idris Elba? Right? And they're like, yeah, he's on break. They're just gonna say it.
I honestly, if you ever go there to buy a car, I would suggest him because he's like, there's not a lot of bullshit in him. Like, he's not sitting around like, you know how they'll try to like be your friend and you know they don't care about you?
Oh yeah.
There's none of that. He was a nice guy, a real nice guy.
That's why when I went to apply for it, and the guy was all like, "Oh yeah, they tell me all the stupid shit, the things you look for, and all that." You know, you want them to have kids with them.
Oh, because you went to.
They're distracted and they're just trying to hurry up and get out of there.
Yeah, and we did have a kid.
And if they have a kid there, you know that like they're more like, let's get something. You know, they can use that as an angle.
Oh, they try.
You know, it's bullshit.
Just to let you know how. Okay, so they finally come down to my price and we signed papers, we're gone.
Yeah.
Right? So just to let you know how like the kid thing wouldn't have worked in this situation, mm-hmm. The car that I traded in to get this truck, I've had my son's whole life. Mm-hmm. And my son's kind of an emotional kid. Mm-hmm. And so we're out there getting stuff out of the car to put in the truck, you know? And he kisses the car and he has like tears welling up in his eyes. Okay. And I'm like, what's wrong, buddy? He's like, are we leaving the car here? And I was like, yeah, buddy, we got that big truck. And he's like, but you know, I just really like the car. I'm gonna miss it because we've had that car his whole life.
Why couldn't you said something an hour ago? Right?
He would have been.
What do you think we were doing today?
Yeah,
right.
He was sitting there playing fucking some Mario Kart looking game while I was sitting there. I thought, because this is how my stupid brain works, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get my feet set right because I got the feeling that a fist fight might break out. Mm-hmm. So you don't really have that right. You know it's just business.
I know. Yeah, they're not going to touch me.
I know, but my brain, I know they're not. I know.
Yeah.
But subconsciously,
they're getting mad because I'm winning.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's what it is.
Dude, I could.
And then I'm more motivated.
If you had a bottle and you could bottle,
it'd be sweeter than you.
Way better. If you could bottle the feeling when he's like, it's only $3, and then 10 minutes later, okay, 200. Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, I wanted to stand up and just slap him with my dick. I was like, fuck you, I win.
You're not a cop.
Yeah, you're no fucking cop. I win, you fucking faggot. I just wanted to fucking rub his face in it. Because then I'm the customer.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's over. He's done. He still made a shitload of money.
Yeah.
They win.
Yeah, they make their money.
Do you think that truck's worth $20,000, whatever I paid?
Yeah.
It's not worth that. You break it down, it's worth like $85. Yeah. He wins, but he knows he's not going to be able to get hard when he tries to fuck his wife tonight because some dude in fucking cargo shorts with holes in them. Yeah. I mean, they had to see me coming and be like, this guy's not smart. And that's what
or they're like, he ain't getting a truck. He ain't getting a vehicle. Yeah. He's just coming to look. You know what I mean?
But see, what I told my wife is like, it's like, all right, I know what I look like. I know what I sound like. Mm-hmm. They see me and they think, not very smart, mm-hmm. not very educated, easy to trick. And I mean, I'm not going to brag or anything, but I'm not dumb.
They were just trying to get that $3 win there.
I know
that's
that last $3
thing they talk about at the water cooler.
Oh, I wish I could be a fly on the wall at the water cooler. They're like, dude, this guy looked like a dumb hillbilly.
On mine,
stared me in the eyes and fucked me.
See, on mine, we went there with I think it had like $6,000 or something like that.
Cash?
I was willing to do down payment.
Did you have it in cash?
I mean, I could just go to the bank and take it out.
Damn it! I want somebody to do it with cash.
You know how they slam it down? You know?
Yeah, like fucking 50 Cent on that movie. He's got a backpack full of fucking money.
I set $6,000 down and then take off $1,000 off the top,
yeah,
right,
dude,
and say all right, this is my down payment,
dude.
What can you do?
Yeah,
right. So, anyways, we were talking about it. I didn't tell them how much I had as a down payment.
Yeah,
I told them I can have $2,000 down. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so they come into me. This is after we found the right car. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, anyways, after the salesman was...
You talking about the blue one?
Yeah, the salesman was like, oh, what about this? What about this? Had us looking and shit. Yeah. My wife wanted something bright, small, sporty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, when that guy, we were about to, leave...
I've never thought about a car and be like, I want a bright one.
Yeah, that's what she wanted.
They all have headlights,
She wanted a bright color, you know? But anyways, they're like, we'll replace the bulbs? You know? No, anyways...
if you pull that little switch, it gets brighter.
The manager came up, he's like, hey, did you tell him about the one? And he was like, oh, no, we didn't look at that one. And I was like, oh, the one that's exactly what she's been wanting on your lot.
But,
so we even drove to another part of Victoria at their other lot and looked at theirs.
From their perspective, though, they're like, what is this lady looking for? They're like, something bright. What does that mean?
It was a bright, sports, one of those little hatchback, what are they, sports SUVs or whatever. That's what she was wanting, but a bright color.
It's like
they had that. And that's what we got.
That is what you had.
So, anyways, we ended up making the deal, that's going to be the one. And we're talking about shit, right? And the guy ends up, he comes to me with, well, here's the monthly. And I'm like, no, I told you I wanted the monthly, under $300, a month. And he's like, well, we're not going to be able to do that. And he's like, unless you put more down.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I know how to get the money down. Yeah. I said, what are you going to do to help it get down?
Oh.
And then he's like, I don't understand.
Dude, you are what they don't want.
I said, I know how to take the money down. I put more money down. I know how to bring down the value of the car.
Clearly, when you put a bigger down payment, you're paying off less money.
Yeah, because I looked at the paper like I was stupid, and he had a number in the middle. And he had a number off to the side. He had a number of the price.
Elba did the same thing.
He had a number in the middle of, that's your monthly. And then it's what you bring down.
Yeah.
And then there's another number. He said, all right, if you put this much down, this will be what you're going. I was like, I know how to get this number down.
Yeah.
I was like, but how are you going to get this number down?
How about you get that big number down?
Finally, he went to the back. And he came back. And he's like, well, they said that we can do this. And I was like, well, how about this? I said, look, we're going to go get something to eat. We had the kids there. Yeah. And they were fussing. And I was like, all right, we're going to go get something to eat. And he's like, hold on. I got up. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, because they know that this not to let you leave.
This guy's leaving.
If you leave, it's over. That's
so I said, look, I was like, we're going to go get something to eat. I said, it's still early. I was like, we'll go, whatever. So, and he's like, oh, hold on. And I'm like, this time I really wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck it, we'll find another car.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, we have 2 cars.
Yeah.
We had a car and a truck.
Oh, it's nothing better than not needing. It's like me today. I didn't need to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I was like, we don't need this. I was like, well, look, we'll go think about it. We'll come back, and he's like, hold on. And that's when the manager got involved.
Ugh.
And then he's like, come on, let's come over here, Dwight, So we went over there, and I'm like, yeah. And I was like, dude, I don't need this, I was like, this kid over here has been, for one thing, all day trying to sell me cars that I'm not wanting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was trying to sell us a black car. I was like, color, not a colored.
Yeah.
No, but anyways, I tell this guy that, I was like, this guy's been trying to sell. He's like, I know. He's like, he's new. He doesn't know what he's doing yet, whatever, right? So, anyways, we ended up finally making the deal. I think I got the payments down to $290, $293 or something like that. So I was like, I was happy.
$293, but you wanted to. He wanted $296.
I was okay. I mean, I pay $5 or $6 every month.
Do you know how easy?
I did that on purpose.
I know, but check it out. So you always do that. You pay way more than how much a payment is to get it done quicker. You know how easy it would be if you would just had that money and that willingness to pay that, but weren't smart, and they just come at you and let's say you bought this car and the sticker price says $40,000, and they're just like, it's $40,000, so you can afford the $600. But you're you whittle them down and fight them down, and then every month you just send off triple what you owe.
Yeah,
but you're smarter with money.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I've been fucked over in the past buying cars. that I've learned. And I learned a lot when I went in for that fucking interview.
But you have...
I bought 2 vehicles from the company that I went and did an interview with.
Is that
the guy sat there, he closed the door, and he was like, he just assumed I was going to accept the position.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they were going to hire me.
It's a shitty job, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, they'll hire anybody, and if you don't work out after a couple months...
Well, they don't pay you, do they?
You have like a period of time where it's like you're given a certain amount while you learn.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're on commission, and there's kind of a little bit of money, but it's not really anything. And then it's like the main thing is you got to sell cars.
Well, that's the thing that... And I guess, because I felt it, but it didn't affect me, is that you feel like, let's say like for me, I was dealing with Idris Elba for a couple of hours. Mm-hmm. And at the end...
The director's like, I feel your pain.
Yeah,
that accent? Yeah. I just don't know what the fuck he's saying.
It's a black guy with that accent?
I have to tell him to fake the American accent like he does in almost every movie he's in.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
So after a couple of hours... I didn't think we were going to get a truck. I was just like, kind of fine, but I just didn't think it was going to work out right. But you feel like, you're like, dude, this guy's been fucking with me for 2-3 hours.
Yeah, then you feel bad.
And he ain't getting paid. But I'm not going to, you feel like...
There's other guys coming in, they're like ringing the bell. Yeah! He's like, we get to eat tonight. You know what I mean?
Scrooge McDuck walks in. He sees the guy with the fucking money signs on his suit come in.
Trump comes in, he's like, I'll buy every car on the lot.
Meanwhile, he's there talking to me with my holes in my shorts.
He's like, what salesmen aren't busy? Right? You know what I mean? I'll buy 10 cars from each. Right?
And I'm going to overpay.
Right? This guy's like, what the hell?
He's like, can I get the guy that haggles $3? But I love it. Because I don't typically I don't dress nice, really. Right? Mm-hmm. Like today I wore like a brown pearl snap shirt. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, brown. Yeah. And like an old style shirt.
Yeah, it's like a
with
cowboy
cargo shorts.
With cargo
and
shorts.
Probably flip-flops.
No, I wore shoes.
Oh.
But,
were they different Nikes?
Not anymore, dude. I got new ones.
So, anyways.
But, and you know this, but the listeners don't. These cargo shorts that I wear all the time have holes in the knees somehow. I get the only shorts with holes in the knees. It's like the shorts, the very bottom of the shorts, and then you go up about 3 inches, and there's holes.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened.
That's how you got that $3 off?
But what was funny is, though, but if you...
You're like, it's more than $3. That's $3 a month. You're like, for 72 months.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
So, because the way they ended up doing it was, I traded in a car. They gave me a certain amount for the car, and they had to end up adding $2,000 to how much they gave me for the car. And that car, the check engine light's on in it. I don't think they know. Well, they do now, I guess.
That salesman's like, I wipe my ass with $3 a month. You're like, but you don't now.
I'm like, I drink your milkshake. If I would have said that at the time, I would be the man.
Yeah.
But so buying a car,
it sucks.
That moment was awesome when I won.
As much as I like that, I like being that like, no, you do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, all right, they're not doing me a favor.
No.
No, I'm buying something from them. So, and it's not like, I mean, you can't do this at Walmart. You know what I mean? You go up there, you got like a box of like Oreos. You know what I mean? And or however you would call it, it's not a box of Oreos, I guess. But anyways, you go up there and
the bag box.
The cashier says something like, all right, that's $2.98. I think that's usually $2.98.
You're like, I think
you mean
$2.
Yeah, I'm like, I said when I came in the door, I told that retard that said hi, I'm paying $2 today, and they said, okay, sir.
Yeah.
Right. I need that guy to sell me this stuff. Dude, he's not trained at the register.
He keeps drilling on it and it shorts out.
So I think he accidentally named one of Elon Musk's kids.
So anyway, I was talking to my sister about this whole experience of buying the truck, and she was telling me about our dad. So my dad, he's like not educated. He doesn't have any he's not a very like.
It sounds like you're not.
I know. I'm trying to say a nice way to say it. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it.
Yeah.
In case he ever listens, let's say he figures out podcasts. But he's not, and he's not very.
He comes from a time where kids were taken out of school.
He was taken out of school at a very young age,
so they had to go work. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's not his fault.
So he had a big chunk of money after his wife died, and so he wanted to buy a new truck, right? He had never had a brand new truck, or he hadn't since he was young. So
he got fucked.
Yeah. So him and my sister.
I remember him talking about it, and I'm like, oh god. I wanted to say something, but it was it hurt too much.
Yeah. Just to get. So he goes in and he finds the truck he likes, and he lets it be well known that he ain't leaving without that truck, which is a mistake.
No.
So he's like, I love that truck. And my sister was with him, and she's like, dude, chill out. She's like, they sell cars everywhere. You don't have to buy this one right here. And he's like, and he had he had the money. He's going to write him a check for
He's never been able to do that in his life.
for the amount of the truck. Most people never do that in their life.
Yeah.
So he tells him as soon as the guy sits down,
he slams it on the table. Look, it didn't bounce. So he tells the guy as soon as the guy walks in, he's like, all right, I'm going to help you. And he's like, I got the cash. I want that truck. Dude, he wrote a check for the amount that's literally the amount on the sticker. Oh god.
And it's like, when my sister told me this, I was just like,
it was $40-something thousand, wasn't it?
It was mid 30s, mid to high 30s. I'll tell you this, the truck I bought.
He's like, not a penny more, sir.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, oh, we wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah.
Right?
So the truck.
The guy fucks his wife and her sister. Right? She's like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
That guy's probably telling a story right now.
And then I bet I come in and they're like, recognize me as his son, and they're like, oh god,
yeah.
I got this one, and then I'm haggling $3. They're like, that is not his son. So he wrote. So just to give you a scale of this, he bought this truck 8 years ago, and paid significantly more dollars than I paid for a new truck today.
Damn,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that should never be for us. The same exact.
They're like, sir, what about your rebates? He's like, I don't ever use rebates. Yeah. He's like, just ask my wife.
Yeah. He's like, I don't like them. It doesn't feel the same.
I've never had to rebate.
He's like, I never paid it in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, but he really is. We're laughing, but that's really. And my sister's sitting there. She's like, because our sister is a fairly relatively smart person, But so she's just obviously, you don't just. He did it like he was buying something at the store.
Yeah.
He's like, I want one of those. How much is it? Yeah. And they're like, well, let me see, sir. That's $35,000. He's like, well, here you go. Yeah, a little something for you.
Yeah. He's like, just. I know you're working hard.
Yeah. Right? The guy's like, am I?
Yeah. The guy's like,
I haven't even learned your name yet.
His seat's not even warm.
Yeah. His computer's still booting up.
Anyways, all right. There's still eggs on his breath.
Yeah. Right? He's like, let me finish this last bite of taco.
So, all right. Anyways, there's one time that I bought a car, except for the one on the internet. I was like, oh, I want that one.
Yeah.
This is when I had money.
Yeah.
I worked at that plastic plant or whatever, and I was just driving around Victoria. I was like, I went there to buy a car.
Yeah.
I saw a Mustang online. I was like, I'm going to go get me a Mustang. On my way to go look at the Mustang, I passed by this place, and it had the little, it's a car on there, and it's spinning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, yes. So, without even wanting to test drive or anything, I pulled up there. It was a used car lot, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, all this money, it's a fucking Porsche or something. No. I mean, it was a Miata. But anyways, this is back when I was fucking thin, and I was young, and I didn't have no girlfriend or nothing. I was like, I'm going to get me a fucking boyfriend. My car, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyways.
Dude, your life is so worse now.
Yeah, compared to what I was then.
You love your kids and stuff.
I used to have money. I didn't have
You were just riding around. You had, you had money that it didn't matter. No kids were going to go hungry if you blew all your money on some dumb car.
No. And I had stupid money where I never looked at my bank account.
Yeah,
I
have stupid money too.
So anyways, I went up there and the guys, they're all meet me at the door, fighting over it, you know what I mean? Anyways, I pull up in that old,
What did you have?
Remember?
The Cavalier?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Painted.
Oh, no.
Stripes.
It was painted?
Yes.
Yeah, we spray painted this car with black with white race stripes.
Yes. So anyways, all right. So
oh, God.
I pull up in that, and I'm like, who do I need to talk to buy that red car out there? So then they're like, so apparently, no salesman in that building had to. He had to come from the other site. So he comes over, and it's some Irish dude.
Ugh.
Remember the one? I ended up buying my third car after that from him.
He's like, what do you want, your car there, laddie? Is that what he said?
No. Anyways, he jumps off of a rainbow, right?
Yeah.
He lands, no, all right. Anyways, right?
You walk in the door, he's like, "Oh, look, me Lucky Charms." Some dumb kid with a lot of cash.
So, anyways, we end up going over there. We talk, and I think we like got in it. He drove it off the thing, and we went and like test drove it.
How did you get it off there? Was it crazy?
No, it's just got like ramps and shit. I mean,
I know,
they just like turn the power. It's not like he has to like Tokyo drift off of it.
I was thinking he like John McClane it off of there. He's like,
No.
bounce off that jet.
No.
And land.
Anyways, so it was kind of cool, like them, like taking it down, and like we get in it, we drive over to the other site,
Yeah.
Anyways, we go and sit down, and we start talking, and like I knew kind of what I was doing back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I got fucked just as much, or maybe a little less than most people do.
You didn't get fucked as bad as my dad.
No, I didn't. So, anyways, it wasn't too bad. I mean,
While they were talking to him, somebody was out there switching it with a higher sticker.
Yeah.
So when he looks again, he'll like.
that was the only time I felt like a badass going and buying something though.
But you knew that.
I knew right then, like I probably didn't have enough money in my account to like buy it outright.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could put enough down to where my payments on that were like $200 something a month.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and that was where my credit started being. real
Dude, that
good.
feeling to just walk somewhere, see something relevant.
I was driving. I went like I passed it, right? So I went like did a little U-turn. I think it was like a Walgreens or something around there, Wendy's or something like that.
Yeah.
Arby's, that's what it was.
You're trying to act like you didn't stop at that Arby's and ate.
No, I didn't. No,
Dude, you used to love Arby's.
I do a donut. No, anyways.
And Arby's.
So I pull up there. I'm like, what's it gonna take to get a roast beef sandwich in my mouth? They're like, order it. They call a guy from another site, right?
They get the fucking financial guy in the back, like. He's like, sign here.
I'm like, I said I'm gonna pay $2, not $3. Okay, all right. Anyways, this has been episode 121. Please like, subscribe, find us on YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, definitely
we're on
YouTube.
iHeartRadio now.
Yeah, we're on almost.
I don't know if we're on Pandora right now, but we're going to be pretty soon.
There are what's that word?
I don't know.
What are they doing right now to us? Fucking us.
Fucking us. Yeah.
No, they're like checking it to make sure that they can put it up. Or
Yeah,
something.
we're probably on the naughty list.
Yeah, I would
trying to
imagine.
make sure.
I mean, but anyway, if you listen to this. If you are listening to this on YouTube, leave a comment and like it.
Yeah.
And if you're not listening to this on YouTube, just go to YouTube
Yeah.
and subscribe to our page and like all of our videos because we just started putting them on there and we have nobody's going to it.
Yeah, I don't. It's not getting any kind of buzz right now because it's new on there.
So if you are listening to this in any way, go on YouTube. Find what is the page called?
Huh?
I
think it's the Bad Vibe. I mean, if you look at the Bad Vibe podcast, it's going to be the only thing on there.
Yeah, on YouTube, look at the Bad.
I think there's probably about like 70 episodes on there total. Not all 121 are going to be on
But going
there,
forward, we'll all be on.
all the new ones are going to be on
So
there.
go on there and subscribe and all that.
But anyways, yeah, check us out on there and stay tuned. There'll be another one. If you're listening to this, you know it. You are the Bad Vibe.